Party people. Good morning, everybody. Bon dia, bon dia. Sawati Cup. Sabadi Mai. I was trying to remember how to say it. Good morning in Japanese. Oh, Ohio wa. Genki desu ka? I couldn't remember. I haven't spoken much Japanese lately. Man, I feel a complete transformation taking place. Many things just a few months ago that was in my routine and in my character and has changed, and I'm thankful for it. You know, change is one of our few constants in life, even though it feels like things remain the same often. You know, you can keep consistent habits throughout years and years and years of your life, yet you know, the Buddhists say the only constant is change. And I think if you, even whether you believe that or not, just look at certain aspects of your life and notice that things change. And a lot of times it feels like it's beyond your control. But I think it's good. You know, could you imagine being in a river, even a river that's iced over, even the Antarctica, you know, iced shelves and continents are going through change. Like it is the nature of molecules to move, and everything is made of molecules. So the idea that things remain the same is a falsity. And so I've been going through the massive transformation and change the past few months, not just physically, kind of a culmination of all my physical practices, matching my mental, or even I wrote in my notes. When I write stuff down, it's very prolific for me. I don't take the time to write things down very often, or even type them out. So when I do, it's usually me trying to really imprint something on my subconscious, on my reality. And you know, I definitely had this great epiphany that I didn't have to follow the pattern and conditioning of life's culture and age like everyone else chooses to, or technically get older. Like I could actually get healthier and get more vibrant and more visceral and more virile. I like the V words. More victorious. In a masculine way, get more voluptuous. And you know, a lot of that was just motivated from health. You know, watching my stepdad pass away almost a year ago now. It was a very powerful moment in my life. It was a moment that my eyes woke and opened to the fact that we're not in this reality in the same way eternally. That things will change at some point and you will pass from this reality to the next. And so I didn't want to waste any more time being lazy with my own goals, or being lazy with what I knew was best for me, and yet I was choosing, you know, to take a lazy route because it was easy. You know, they say sitting is the new smoking, and I don't disagree with that. You know, we're a culture that used to hunt and forage and hike and spend so much time outside. Even as a child, the amount of time that I spent playing outside compared to the amount of time even my own children spend outside is very astronomically different. You know, so I definitely, as a parent, I make a big effort to make sure that we're getting our time not only outside but at the gym training, and these things are crucial for healthy living. You know, you have to keep moving, you have to keep your body doing what it was created to do. I think anyone who disagrees with that, all you have to do is look at the health statistics that are kept by the medical profession, you know, which I'm probably, you know, they're probably smudged here and there, but in general, a lot of these statistics are kept pretty accurate. Not like accurate to the point, but accurate in the generality of this is how many people are dying from heart attacks every year. This is how many people presently have diabetes. You and the correlation with the fast food industry and soda manufacturing and things of such are undeniable. So, it's one of the beautiful things about the information age, the internet age, is that we can no longer live in our own little bubbles of falsity. You can do your own research and find things, and even though there's a lot of false data out there, one of the things that I do to find accurate data is I check many sources, not just websites and things that people can put out and manipulate, but interviewing people from other countries. You have the ability to talk to people who live in countries, and you can ask them, what's going on in your life? What's going on in your city? How much is a loaf of bread? Don't do that while I'm doing the speech. It's distracting. And so you can get the truth by research. But the last thing you want to do is go to one source, even 10 sources, and think that that's the truth. One of the precepts of Buddhism, which I'm not a full functioning Buddhist. I was born to a Buddhist culture in my mother's side, and into a Southern Christian, Southern Baptist, Southern States Christian on my dad's side. And so I've always had both these ideologies in my home growing up, so they heavily influenced me. Yet as I got older and became a man, I started to study all religious ideas because I wanted to understand how people thought and why they thought that way, and why we were conditioned to be a certain way, and why our patterns. And so that's my suggestion to each and every one of you. Go out there and find your own truth, because truth is so subjective. I don't believe there's one truth. I personally, believe in an energetic reality, an energetic world. And it's proven, to be honest. It's not even theory that we live in an energetic world. I mean, we literally live in a world where a thing like a rock can be observed under an microscope, and you can see the molecules are moving, and that it's active, and there's lots of movement because it's made up of energy moving, and our visual eye can only receive, most people, I'm not going to say ours, because there's all types of perception from many different people. That's why who knows what's real and not real. Even falsities can become reality, because that's how we bring a lot of things into reality, is through our fantasy. So we can even create things that aren't real and make them real, which is amazing, But there's too often the competitive mindset and the ego wants to be right. So this battle of competition that we've created, to where my facts are more right than your facts, because I've found this many resources that back up my belief system. None of that is accurate. Think about the energetic. That's why you hear people say 3D, 5D. I know y'all have heard that. It's a big buzzword right now. But the 3D basically means that you believe in what you can see and feel, physical. 5D means you believe more in that energetic field, which opens you up to quantum physics and to a ever-changing reality. One of the things about molecules that have been observed by physicists over the last several years is that just the observer observing something could change the effect of it. And that basically means that you have the power to affect your reality. There's a certain faction out there, I think, that doesn't want that, though. They want things to stand still. They want you to believe in certain ideas and labels and brands, because it's good for them. It's good for their ideologies. It's good for them selling their products and their energy and their land and their, you know what I mean? So there's a strong conditioning, cultural conditioning going on in the world. And there's nothing wrong with being in it. You remember, who was his name? from the Matrix, Cypher. You know, he was talking to the agents, and he wanted to be put back into the Matrix because reality was too harsh. He wanted to live back in the fantasy. He didn't care that the stake wasn't real. He just wanted his senses to believe it. And I get that. You know, there's an old saying that ignorance is bliss. And I never understood that until I had reached a certain level of enlightenment. And then I was like, oh man, how do you go back? Yet, there is a greater joy in embracing the 5D and your creative potential, because once you realize and take responsibility for yourself and your life, you realize that you can create any life that you choose. Now, whether that next choice will be positive or not, we don't really know. For years, I wanted to be a rock star, and then when I finally manifested it, and I spent my first 4-month trek on the road and away from friends and family and felt miserable because of it, because I wasn't quite ready at that point in my life to live that lifestyle. I didn't know if that dream and reality, because it went from a dream to becoming a reality, was something I really wanted to do and be. Eventually I've found that, you know, I am who I am. You know, the way I've been conditioned and patterned is who I am. And yes, I have the power to change it. Yes, I can move into different areas. Yes, but there's a core source of my conditioning. You know, I'm probably always going to be a guy who plays guitar and loves martial arts. Doesn't mean it's my only identity. Doesn't mean I won't get into other things or other career fields, but it does mean that this is my skeleton of DNA, like my framework. That is the base. That's where this all started. Often people change career fields as they go through life, but all of them, in my opinion, add up to the next. So we're about to hit the track soon. Bam stayed with his mom last night, so I'm waiting for her to drop him off, and then we're gonna go run some errands and hit the track. And you know, I'm real excited about my morning workouts. I realized that it's not something that I like to do so much as it's something I have to do. It's part of my system of success. Like me getting up and training, third thing after I evacuate my bowels. But first thing is I get up and I meditate and get my mind and spirit in the right place and pray for the first 30 to 90 minutes when I reach consciousness in this reality. And then I move into evacuating the toxins from my body. And then from there I go focus on training and getting my heart and metabolism and physicality, the 3D, in alignment. And then from there it's usually off to career stuff, or, you know, you make, like I said, you can create. Oh, there's a blue jay. Oh, it's so beautiful. You can make your own reality. So, you know, making your routine, what you do, what you think you have to do, what you need to do, what you want to do. Like, these are all ideas that are under your control to mold and shape. And so, right now I'm focusing heavily on work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with the academy being a huge priority. 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and lesson plans time, and you know, and then music rehearsing, and then Thursday through Sunday I've set aside for family and music, and paraglide training as well. I'm doing mostly that on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays as well. And on that too, I have to kind of like look for the good wind days. Today's a good wind day. I'm thinking about going out and paragliding for an hour. Yeah, what I'm trying to say today, I guess, because I didn't, you know, a lot of my speeches are improvisation. I just come off the hip because I like to flow with the natural energy of every day. And that's that, you know, you have a choice to see the world as it is in front of your eyes, or you can just use your common sense and know that there's something beyond your senses. Because not only does science say it so, but you can get your very own telescope, microscope, You can get a telescope too. But you can get your very own microscope or telescope over at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. And you can put a slide under there of your saliva. You can look at it and, you know, you'll see like there's nothing there except my spit. And then you can put it under the microscope with your very own eye, and you can see the microorganisms that are in it. And that didn't just magically appear from the microscope. The microscope didn't fake news it. So once you can admit to yourself that not everything in your reality is being witnessed by your eyes or your nose or your touch or what someone else has told you from a website or passionately because they believe it so much because of their cultural bias. Once you can open that doorway in your heart and your mind, you can start to open this whole 5D reality up and realize that there's nothing beyond your capability. There's nothing that you cannot accomplish. There is an endless opportunity to discover a reality that we still know so little about. So, fellow adventurers in this game called life, as the great Prince once said, I hope you really take that and create a world and reality of your choosing. And if you need more help, reach out. And I'll do my best to put you on the right path. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, scroll on. These words aren't for everybody. Alright? Have a great day. We'll see you on the other side.